The wealthy CEO nearly wheeled herself out of the restaurant before the blind date even began. She had already endured months of pity, awkward stares, and people pretending not to notice her wheelchair after the accident that changed her life forever. But just as she reached the exit, a man in grease-stained work clothes hurried through the front door, apologized for arriving late after helping a stranded family on the roadside, and unknowingly became the first person in 2 years to make her genuinely smile. Neither of them realized that one disastrous afternoon would quietly rewrite the future they had both given up believing was possible. Before this emotional journey begins, if you believe kindness, forgiveness, hope, and second chances still have the power to change lives, please like this video, leave a thoughtful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel so our family and our community can continue growing through stories that remind us love often appears when we least expect it. Ronan Ellis had spent nearly his entire adult life repairing automobiles in the small repair shop his grandfather had built decades earlier. His hands carried permanent marks from years of honest work, and his clothes almost always smelled faintly of engine oil. After losing his wife to illness several years before, he devoted himself to raising his 10-year-old son, Finn. Every afternoon after school, Finn sat inside the workshop finishing homework while his father repaired cars with remarkable patience. Although life remained financially modest, their home overflowed with warmth, laughter, and quiet gratitude. Across the city, Vivian Ashcroft lived a very different life. As chief executive officer of one of the country's largest engineering companies, she managed thousands of employees and billion-dollar projects. Yet none of her success protected her from tragedy. A devastating traffic accident left her permanently paralyzed from the waist down. During the long months of rehabilitation, she discovered that physical pain eventually became manageable, but loneliness was far more difficult to overcome. Friends slowly visited less often. Business associates became overly careful around her. Every conversation seemed filled with sympathy instead of sincerity. Hoping to encourage her to embrace life again, Vivian's older sister secretly arranged a daytime blind date. Vivian reluctantly agreed. She expected another uncomfortable afternoon filled with forced compliments and polite pity. Meanwhile, Ronan had also been persuaded by his closest friend to attend the same meeting. On the drive there, he noticed a family stranded beside the road with smoke rising from their vehicle. Without hesitation, he stopped to repair a damaged hose well enough for them to safely continue their journey. The unexpected delay left him arriving later than planned. As Ronan entered the restaurant carrying his worn toolbox, several customers quietly glanced toward him. His appearance hardly matched the elegant surroundings. Vivian noticed him too. At first she assumed he worked there. Then he approached her table with an apologetic smile that carried no embarrassment and no pretense. Throughout lunch, something unexpected happened. Ronan never stared at the wheelchair. He never avoided looking at it either. He simply treated it as one ordinary part of Vivian's life. Instead of discussing the accident, he asked about architecture, favorite books, community projects, and childhood dreams. For the first time in years, Vivian felt seen instead of examined. She found herself laughing. A genuine laugh she barely recognized. As the afternoon continued, they walked, or rather, moved together, through a nearby botanical garden beneath bright sunshine. Ronan naturally adjusted his pace to match her wheelchair without making it seem like an inconvenience. They admired blooming flowers, watched children feeding ducks, and shared stories of loss, resilience, and family. Finn joined them later after school, immediately welcoming Vivian with innocent curiosity rather than pity. He proudly showed her a small wooden birdhouse he had built with his father. Watching father and son together stirred something inside Vivian that years of business success had never fulfilled. Yet happiness rarely arrives without challenges. When photographs from the charity garden event appeared online, critics questioned why a billionaire executive would spend time with an ordinary mechanic. Some claimed Ronan sought financial security. Others insisted Vivian deserved someone from her own social circle. The rumors spread quickly. Both felt wounded. Neither wanted their growing friendship reduced to gossip. For several difficult weeks, they saw each other less frequently. Vivian buried herself in work. Ronan focused entirely on his repair shop. Finn quietly missed the joyful afternoons that had brought laughter back into both families. Everything changed during a community fundraiser held one sunny Saturday. The event supported adaptive sports programs for people living with physical disabilities. Ronan volunteered to repair wheelchairs, bicycles, and mobility equipment free of charge. Vivian attended as the event's principal sponsor. As she watched Ronan patiently repairing equipment for complete strangers without accepting payment, she finally understood what made him extraordinary. His generosity had nothing to do with impressing anyone. Kindness was simply the way he lived. That afternoon, she publicly announced a partnership between her company and local vocational schools to provide free mechanical training and employment opportunities for young adults facing financial hardship. She invited Ronan to help design the program. Not because he was her companion, but because his integrity had already transformed countless lives. Months passed. The training center opened. Dozens of struggling families found new opportunities. Finn proudly helped younger children learn simple woodworking skills during weekend workshops. Vivian spent more time outside corporate boardrooms and more time serving communities directly. She discovered that leadership meant lifting others rather than standing above them. Before this story reaches its heartfelt ending, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a meaningful comment telling us whether you believe true love begins with appearances or with the way someone makes you feel seen, respected, and valued. As another beautiful afternoon came to a close beneath clear blue skies, Ronan realized that repairing broken engines had always been easier than believing his own broken heart could heal again. Vivian discovered that although the accident had changed her body, it had never diminished her worth or her ability to love and be loved. Finn learned that the strongest people are not those who never struggle but those who continue choosing kindness despite life's greatest hardships. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. May we all remember that the right person does not see our scars as obstacles but as proof of the courage it took to keep moving forward, one hopeful day at a time.